Good morning, everyone.
So we've left our anchorage and we are now heading straight to Sardinia, between 2 and 2.5 days.
I think it's around 240 nautical miles.
It's actually going to be our longest passage since the Bay of Biscay, so we're really excited. I think our most recent long passage was 36 hours to Cartagena. So we are buzzing to get back out again, and it's going to be really fun to be back out on the sea for that long. Already I'm proper excited because it's open ocean that we're looking at, like you can't see anything in front of you.
So the first thing this morning is going to be a motor. We're hoping that the wind picks up in the next 5 to 6 hours and we should start sailing at that point. But we're just going off the prediction, so we know there's going to be a motor first before we hit the wind. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit like or subscribe, follow our adventure.
We're sailing!
Finally sailing!
Finally sailing. It's been a bit of a bumpy start to the day, would you say?
I would say so, yeah. It was nice and calm to start with, and now it's a bit lumpy. So we've switched the engine off and we have adjusted course to sail towards the kind of most easterly point of Minorca. This is about as tight of a wind angle we can sail at and maintain some kind of speed. We figured out, because we were beating into these waves and wind with the engine on, and it was knocking us down to 2 knots. We just could not really make solid headway, so we decided to bear off the wind and start sailing sooner than we were thinking. Pretty much this means that as we get close to Minorca we're going to have to motor again, but we don't know exactly what the conditions are going to be like over there. We expect they'll be a little bit less than what we've got out here now.
I missed that one, didn't I?
Yeah.
Never filming when we get the big ones, are we?
So we're currently sailing at about 60 degrees off the wind. The wind speed's 13 to 14 knots and we're doing between 4.7 and 5.3 knots speed over ground. Our boat speed's about 4.2 to 4.5, so that's pretty good. Yeah, it's just really sporty. I think the waves are what are slowing us down a little bit. That's just part of having a smaller boat. Obviously on a bigger boat they kind of jump over the waves a bit more, especially when they're this close together, whereas we get caught in the lulls. So
it's quite hard to film, guys, on this sail because it is seriously like bouncing all over the place and we can't really move at all from the cockpit. We've got our life jackets on and we are buckled in. And yeah, it's like very big choppy waves, and we're heeling over quite a lot, so we're just being extra careful, but I'm sure the camera is not going to do justice to what it's like here, but we'll try and show you if we can. As you can see, it's lovely and calm here now. We're just sheltered by Menorca. We're literally covered by land now, so everything has just glassed over. It's so nice and calm and quiet. And we were just thinking what we should do, because basically the weather is obviously higher than was forecast.
We were predicted to have 11 knots, and we've been getting 17, 18 knots.
Yeah, and because we're upwind, we are just beating into these waves, and like obviously we can adjust our course so much, like we have been doing, to keep it a bit more comfortable, but for us to get to Sardinia, we literally...
I just need to...
Alright.
Move out the main a little.
Whee! So obviously we've been trying to adjust our course to make it more comfortable, but we literally won't be able to get to North Sardinia basically before the weather gets bad, if we have to keep on tacking and zigzagging, right? Yeah. And then we can't really go to South Sardinia because that's where the worst of the weather actually is. So we were trying to outrun the strong winds, which we probably could, but it's just smashing into these waves that's like just not comfortable at all. We're just thinking, like, it's that old thing, and it, like, if we don't have to, why would we do it?
Why do an uncomfortable crossing that's going to take 48 hours when we can wait a few days, and you could have a downwind passage that'll be a really, should be a more comfortable passage for that 48 hours?
Yeah, we're thinking we're just gonna wait for a couple of days in Menorca, in Mahon, because that's where we are now. Look out! I think we're quite happy with our decision to anchor in Mahon today, because it's just it's still the same. We thought it calmed down because we were shielded by the land, and then as soon as we come out again, it's just wild. So the anchorage we just tried to go to was so busy we couldn't even get a spot, which is really annoying. There's one more anchorage here, I think that'll be protected, so we're just going to go and check that out now. We've found an anchorage around the corner from where we were just, and we are the only boat bar one catamaran here, so that, I guess that's good or bad. Good if it means we can anchor here, bad if it means we can't. But we're anchored in about 4 meters and we think it's okay, but we usually kind of go on Navally to find out more information about an anchorage, but this one only had 1 review, and that was from our pals Claire and Ollie, so thanks for leaving the review, guys. And yeah, we're just really tired now, so we're just gonna grab an early night and we'll keep you guys posted with what the rest of our plans are. Just for you guys in, so we got asked to move from the anchorage we were at, which was really annoying because we were set really well, and then the port police, who are really lovely, really friendly actually, asked us to move because they said we were too far into the channel, right? Yeah. And we don't think we were, but we yeah, we moved anyway, and then we were gonna go to the anchorage that we tried yesterday that was really busy, but it still just looks really busy again today, and we've the conditions are worse, and we've read that that people drag anchor there a lot as well, so we were like, it's just not worth it for these conditions that are coming in. So we found around a few marinas and they're all full as well, and the only one that had a space is this kind of floating pontoon, which is fine because it's still really protected, and you know, it's peace of mind that we're attached to a pontoon. You know, we're not going anywhere in these winds, and we're a bit shielded by the land, so that's good. But there's no facilities here at all. We can't get to land without a dinghy, and there's no electric and no showers, obviously no toilets, but it's functional. The really annoying thing is it's €30 a night, and that's really annoying because, you know, that's the highest we've ever paid for a marina, and all the other marinas have had facilities, so it's like really grieving us to pay that, but we're only doing it for 1 night.
So to see the dock, this is it. That's one way and that's the other. But we've just got everything ready in the dinghy now. Jade's just there.
Hello.
So I'm going to try and do the leap of faith, getting in without falling in the water, give Jade my valuables because I don't have much faith in myself. And yeah, we're gonna head off.
Welcome to Mahon, home to one of the longest and deepest natural harbours in the world, and the birthplace of mayonnaise. The history of Mahon is riddled with conquests, sieges and battles, but still this beautiful city managed to bloom under constant cultural influences and changing powers. If we had to describe Mahon, it felt low-key and super mellow. If we'd have spent longer here, it could have easily become one of our favourite places yet. With sustainability at the heart of the tourism industry here, the natural spaces are beautiful and protected. Menorca has also announced plans to abandon fossil fuels by 2030, generating 85% of its energy from renewable sources. Gosh, filming is so embarrassing sometimes. We could have wandered around the maze-like streets for days too. It felt ancient and untouched. From our very brief time here, we loved what we saw, and it was hard to have to leave so soon. We barely scratched the surface, but it's one place we'll definitely be coming back to. Quite a long dinghy ride to the marina where we tied the dinghy off. We wanted to see if they had any fuel there that we could use for the outboard engine for the dinghy, but they didn't, so we hope we've got enough fuel to get back to the boat. It's a really long dinghy ride. And
we'll show you on a map.
Yeah, we'll show you on a map, and we're going into wind, into waves,
into current.
So it might take a while to get back. But Yeah, there's a petrol station apparently around the corner that we can walk to on foot. It's quite a long way away, but I think we're going to go there tomorrow and fill up our little jerry can.
Yeah.
We never even think about it because we use our outboard so little, like we never have to fuel up.
Yeah.
We always row everywhere, but obviously it's so far away here and the weather, we have to put the engine on. Hopefully we'll make it back, eh?
Hopefully.
Oh, this is a wet ride! Ah!
It's time for grub, guys. Starving. We didn't eat out to save money, so gonna eat casa letales
All we
now.
ate all day's pancakes.
I know. Why are we like this?
Eu não vou chorar, contanto que eu me lembre.
Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to tune in next week as we tackle another difficult passage heading to Sardinia.